I am Elizabeth Trindade, and I am a personal trainer. I'm an online personal trainer, so I see people online through their phone, through their computer, and I also see people one-to-one, like the good old days. But in my life as a trainer, I put on 30 pounds. Just life happened, stuff was going on, sitting down, looking at my clients and getting them all fit, and then the next thing you know, I'm wearing another person. So this is, I've lost 10 pounds, so now I'm going for the 20. And I'm creating a schedule also to help my clients to do something daily that would be really easy. And this workout is done in the kitchen, and there's 3 parts. And so I'm going to be doing the first part. And then the second part is the abs. There'll be 3 ab exercises. And then the third part is the stretches. So second part is abs. So everybody's going to have their own reps. I do 40 to 50 push-ups a day. That's my reps. I've worked up to it. And most of my clients are like 10 or 20. So if you want to start doing this, let's pick out 10 to start with, and then you can go up to 20. So the first exercise in this fat freedom to lose the 20 pounds all here, this fat that's on me, because I'm 59, it's different. It's a different kind of fat than being a new mom like in stroller size, where the fat is because of the baby. But then as you get a little older, it starts to like layer on, and it's very unique. So the first exercise is push-ups. And so when I do the push-ups, kitchen towel, I usually, when I do it for the kitchen sink, it's like right there in my face. And so I get the towel there, make it a lot of cushy. Okay, I make a little V, then I stand, I get myself together, I separate my hands. And in stroller size, I used to have a unique thing. Chest on the, well, I would say something else. You go find that on the stroller size websites. Here I will say chest on the edge of the sink. Most push-ups are done like that, right? The shoulders are all up and crimped like this. But you really want to have your neck lifted. Oh, that's another thing when you get older. The neck really takes on a number. So you want to have your neck lifted, and so my clients know Lizzie L. And the chest goes right to the edge of the sink. And then I completely straighten my arms so I get a really nice engagement in my triceps. Okay, and then I do. So for the video, I'm just going to do 10, because otherwise, who needs to see me suffer? Okay, so I do that. I do 10 push-ups. And then I put my hands together in my little V, and I put them close together, and I do push-aways. And again, my chest is going on my knuckles. My heels are flat. For the kitchen sink, I keep my heels flat. My legs are straight. If you want to bend your knees a little bit and go up on your toes, you can. These are the push-aways. I push away and I get my triceps. And again, I have to adjust my feet so my chest goes to my knuckles. I'm not doing this. Okay, I've got my Lizzie L going, my neck is lifted, and I'm pushing away. And I exhale when I go away. And I do. So if I'm doing my 40, I usually do 30 push-ups and 10 push-aways. Okay, so there's that. Okay, that's exercise number 1, the push-ups. Next one is the slim leg sink squats. And I take the roller sizer. You all know that I will not train without using the roller sizer. I put it between my legs. Okay, you see this stuff here? This is gross. This is gonna go, and this is gonna go too. So I stand and I squeeze, and I pull my tummy in. I squeeze. And that is aligning my legs so my muscles are being pulled up. I then get positioned to the sink, and then I sit back and I'm holding onto the sink. There, see, I'm not headless. I'm right here. I squeeze like crazy, and then I also try to lift my large fat, one of my clients calls it a monster. Yeah, it's a monster. It's some big, huge monster. And I pulse and squeeze, and I test myself, you know, am I really just holding on to the sink? I'm just squeezing, and I'm going to do, so my number is 20. But I'm just doing 10 for the video, see? Ah, feels great, okay? Now the next exercise is, we'll get this camera going here. So the next exercise is pendulum hip side swings. So what I do here is I kind of use my oven so that I can, I also did this in stroller size. It was called pendulums. So obviously I really like that exercise, and it's for the side of the hips. It's to cut it down. And when I hold on to a counter or whatever I got, ballet bar, whatever, and I lean slightly forward, I pull my gut up, my drawbridge up, my zipper up, whatever image is working for you. And then I take my leg to the side and down. Not my toe up, toe down. Bring my legs together, toe down, and you should be feeling it right alongside of the chunky wonky. And then I just go back and forth, keeping my gut in, keeping the breath going, and I try to get my leg as high as I can. Now, if you're just starting, you can stand up a little bit and just do it to the side. So in ballet, we would call it, dégagé, to lift the leg a little bit into the air, okay? So you can do it a little bit high, a little bit low, and then you can get it a little bit higher. Okay, so that is the pendulum hip side swings, okay? Pendulum hip side swings. All right, now we're gonna do the happy hams and a better butt, okay? Happy hams, better butt. Here we go. I take the roller sider. I put it, get this so adjusted here so you can really see the pain. I put it between my knee, so my hamstring is connected. And I really pull up on my knee first, make sure I'm really lifted. There's my sink, and I put that way back. Now, there's a big chunk of fat right here, and I pulse. And I just pulse, I pull my gut up, and then I get that side of the chunky wonky, and I just pulse. And it feels good. My standing leg is getting a little bit of a stretch, and I am connected here because that roller sizer is wonderful for the back of the legs. Okay, so I'm going to do the other side. So I'm doing 10, but normally when I do this, my number is 20. So everybody's different, right? You guys can see that leg there? Okay. And I am really trying, every time I do it, I try to go as high as I can. And really what's cool is the fat, I can feel it's going right up inside my bra. It's gross, but it's not gross, it's reality. And there you go, feels good. Okay, that's the happy hams and a better butt exercise. Now I do the belly bows, and belly bows is kind of cool. You see, after the hamstring's been tortured, you want to stretch out that back of the leg. So here's the back of the leg here. Okay, it's just been contracted. So I put one foot slightly in the front. Check that out right there, okay? Roller sizers behind the neck. Lizzie L first, very lifted, pulled in. And I go forward and I aim this elbow to my right knee. And I feel the back of my legs. And I get like that deadlift feeling. So you know when you're picking up books. Now, if you're just starting, bend your knees a little bit, stick your tushy out, and you can touch your elbow to your knee a little easier. Okay? So you can do more advanced or elbow to knee. But whatever it is, you're feeling it right up the back side, and I'm lengthening the lower part of my back. So I have this nice strong back. And then also my tummy is in, okay? So when I go down, the elbow touches my knee. Now I'm pulling on the roller sizer because I'm resisting, and I get that wonderful strength in my back. Okay, so normally I do 10 on each leg, but I'm just gonna do 5 and 5. So that is bow to the belly, right? Bow to the belly, okay? Next exercise. I like this one a lot, but really not really. It's called crank side waist crunch. Now, I like it and I don't like it. because I injured my hip, and so when I do it, it does remind me of my injury. But I like it because it really has helped me have just, whatever, just let me do it. I put my leg on the counter. Okay, here we go. Put the leg on the counter, okay? Putting the leg on the counter. Boom. And then, let's see, I want to see. Here we go. Here we go. We're there. Okay. And, I know, I'll do it over here. Leg on the counter. Okay? Now, if you can't get the leg on the counter, bend the knee a little bit, but keep the knee down. Okay? If you feel a little pulling in the knee, you're just not ready for that height yet. Just bend the knee a little bit. Okay? Now I take the roller size and I lift up. I look down on my leg. It's right underneath my hip. Yep. And then I do this. Oh! And I try to get the ball to the ankle. And this arm is straight, right? And the more straight it is, I feel it right all along the side. And I go like that. Now, I normally have my legs straight, and I do it kind of slow, so I can feel every single part of my side of my waist. And this is where it's cranky and it's crunching. No, I'm cranky, it's crunching, and like that, okay? So, I'm doing 5. I'm going to do both sides, and if I fall, you just enjoy it. Okay, and here, this side's like tighter, because I have some cartilage from the old injury. Okay, not right? And I'll tell you what, it feels so good. Now, my foot is not up. My foot's down, butts out, guts up. Just think, do it every day. Yep. Normally it takes me 15 minutes and I'm not talking to a video camera. Okay, feels so good. Okay, now we go to the next exercise, which is chest up Twizzler. I love it. Chest up Twizzler and waist away. So I'll give you the... Okay, so normally for the chest up is older people have a tendency, you know, they're kind of rounded down and they kind of get this kind of a walk going. And it's like really unattractive. New moms too. So I want the chest to be lifted and the posture to be really up and lifted. So chest up is like one of my favorite exercises with the roller sizer, okay? I cross my feet. I squeeze and get connected so I have a nice sense of stability. Then I put the roller sizer behind my neck, I pull on the balls, and I go backwards. And I feel the whole part of my front of me being stretched up, and I'm feeling my upper back getting a lovely extension, chest extension, hyper extension, and I am kissing the ceiling. Okay, and then I do the other side, so I take the left leg and put it over, and I go back, and I also feel the front of my thighs pulling up. So if you have tight hip flexors, it's just great. And there's that neck, beautiful stretch, and I really go. Now, if you're feeling like you're doing this, so you got to squeeze your legs. Okay, you got to squeeze your legs. And I tell my clients, if you're feeling a little wobbly, balance comes from the eyes. So find something on your ceiling, like a crack, and just focus on it. And that will help you until you get your strength. Then the next one, so I only do 1 and 1, just a taste of the chest up, 1 and 1. Then the last of the first part of this daily routine is waist away. And I put my elbow on my waist, and I put my elbow on the rolls around my waist, and I put the roller right on my head, and then I just stretch it away. And my arms are straight, my head is there, and again, that wonderful stretch along the side. So I cross the right over the left elbow into my waistline, and then waist away. And I get that right up that wonderful part of the hip. You know, when people use those big rollers and they want to get that part of the hip, this is a little bit easier. So that's the waist away. So even with description, probably took about, 20 minutes. But you get an idea for the first part of the daily fat freedom and trying to just build discipline to lose 20 pounds. Okay, now we're gonna go to part 2, and that's the abs. Okay, so now we're into part 2 of the 15 exercises that are part of the daily workout that I'm doing in the kitchen. Now, this part is done on the floor, so this should motivate you to keep your kitchen floor clean. So there's 3 exercises in the ab part, and I call the first one open leg reverse belly blast. So in my kitchen, I'm gonna go sideways so you can get the whole thing. And I put the roller sizer underneath my glutes. Okay, I put it underneath my glutes. And there's a little space here that the roller sizer makes. So I fill that space up, and then my abs are engaged, okay? Then I take my legs up, and because the roller sizer is right there, it's a little bit easier for my legs to float up. So if you're heavy or fat, when you put your legs up, there's more stress here, and there's more stress here. So I put that there, okay, boom. Then I turn my legs out, I make sure I'm engaged, right? Fill that space. I turn my legs out and I let them open. And you're gonna feel like all this tight stuff, okay? And first of all, let that happen first. If it's too much, just bend the knees a little bit, okay? And keep that abs engaged, okay? And then I see if I can touch my toes. If you can't touch your toes, you bend the knees, okay? So I'm feeling the stretch, like the stretch, because I've got all this junk that's gotta go. Okay, I engage my abs, I fill that space because the roller sizer is helping me to do that. Okay, and then I reverse crunch and I pop my tushy off of the roller part of the roller sizer, and I keep pushing my gut into that space where the roller sizer is. And what I can tell you is I'm feeling a lot of connection all through my abs. I'm also feeling it inside my thighs. Now my number is 20, and then that's good. Wow! Okay, then I go to the next ab exercise. I rock up, I check out my thing, crisscross muffin melter, okay? So, pretty clear description. Crisscross muffin melter. I put the roller sizer behind my neck, so that's going to take some of the weight off my head going back into the curve, okay? So when I'm in the curve, I put that C curve in, and I pull on the roller sizer so the head and the neck are not involved. I'm just doing this, I'm like right in my gut. Okay, so that's supporting my head and neck. And then I bring that ball and I crisscross. And I'm just telling you, I feel the fat going like this inside of my gut. And my clients, look, and I crisscross. Right? Now, I'll give you the front view. When you're doing obliques, right? So I'm doing obliques. You really want to bring that shoulder around, okay? So, okay. Now, for the beginner, have your feet touch the ground, right? Feet touch ground, feet touch ground, feet touch ground. And then when you get used to it, you can bring your legs up. And this is not easy. The burn is here. My head is really, really supported by the roller sizer. And I do 10 to 20, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, That's number 2, the crisscross muffin melter. Then the next one is the teeter tummy torture. So on this one, I'll put the roller sizer again underneath my glutes because I'm doing it sideways because I gotta have room in the kitchen. So it's there, and there I got that space. I pull in on that space and really engage my abs. If I don't have the roller sizer, when I pull in, I really engage my neck. And I'm not here to engage my neck. If anything, I'd like to have a neck lift. Okay, I don't want any strain in my neck. So put the roller sizer right there, okay. I'm gonna pull in on my tummy. The legs are gonna go up. I'm gonna cross my legs, get a really good stretch. I'm gonna target the low monster, the low muffin monster, okay? And I'm gonna lower my legs to where I feel it. I feel right here, right here. I'm gonna keep it in. I'm gonna keep that space in. And then I'm gonna scissor. Okay, I'm gonna keep that space in. Don't let that back pop up and keep that space in. Okay, and if you have to hold on to the roller sizer to help you, that's fine too. Now, if you're a beginner, you may only be able to go to here. Okay, and you keep pulled in. Okay, beginner. If you're really beginner, bend the knees a little bit. Okay, the more advanced, the straighter the legs, the lower you go. Okay, you gotta keep this in. Keep that space filled in. Okay, and I rest, and I go out. Okay. 3 exercises for the daily routine. 3 doesn't take a long time. I'm feeling a great burn in my belly, but what else the abs do is it strengthens your whole core to improve your posture so that you just feel more lifted and strong through your day. Now, the third part of the daily workout is the stretches. So you really want to, have the body get stretched out. So, looking at my chart, L long legs. So when I'm doing the L long legs, from the side, I'm going to look like an L. So here's the L, and there's the L, okay? And I want to stretch out the back of my hamstrings because I did that happy hands and better butt exercise. And I throw the roller sizer up, and I feel the back of my knees right now, and then I'm feeling the back of my hands, and then I flex. My client and I were playing around with this, and we crossed our feet, and then we flexed. And I'll tell you, it's even better. It's even better. Okay, and you can pull it, and now I'm really feeling it. See, I don't even need a personal trainer. Oh. See, I can do it myself. And I switch my feet, and I just pull, okay? Ultimately, you want to have an L, right? Let's say you're just really feeling that tightness. Maybe that's where you are right now, okay? But you really want to have that L feeling. So that's the first stretch. The next one is for hips, okay, for the hips. So this is the hip that I just located about 5 years ago. So much better because of my roller sizer. But this is also great if you have like sciatica or your hips are tight or you're just tight. So I take my ankle, I bring it up above my knee, and ultimately I want to have this part of my leg be, almost horizontal to the floor. And I have this foot straight up, and I kind of have it, letting the hips settle in. Now, if you're really tight, I like to say sit back on the beach. Put your arms behind and just let that knee, hip fall in on that joint. Okay, and then once you feel like, I want a little bit more, boom, you just take it right over the foot. And then you pull. Okay, now I lift up off my hips and I pull. I can flex, And I'm getting a great stretch all in here and this leg. And then of course you gotta do the other side. My clients always ask me, how long should I stretch, Liz? Well, I think everybody should stretch. If you find an exercise that you like, I think you should stay in it for 30 seconds. You know, if you can, maybe a minute would be even better. So here, above, ankle above the knee, get in the beach position, let this hip fall down. This side's a little bit easier for me. Lift up out of your hip, put the roller sizer over, and then I pull. Okay? And in stretching, back in the days when I was a dancer, I still dance late at night, you have to breathe. To really breathe and really talk to the stretch and let it happen. Okay? So that's the four. See the number 4, hips stretch. And then the last stretch is, I'll give this side view, is, now this is gonna seem like no stretch at all. You put your elbows underneath your shoulders and you get that hyperextension of your back, okay? And then if you want, you can cross your ankles in the back and you're gonna feel like a little bit of a pain in that low back. But you want that hyperextension, just like the chest up exercise in the first part of the program. And I just stay here and make sure you know that I have my back is up. So that is 15 exercises, 3 ab, 3 stretches, do the math. And the whole program should take about 15 minutes. And if you do it daily, you will start to feel things come in, cinch in, chest will be more lifted, shoulders will be more down, you'll be much more open. So if you want to see the whole workout, you know, go to the website, which is the roller sizer, and I hand draw a lot of the exercises. I call them fits, little fits. And there's more exercises there for, you know, different kinds of things that you want to do, okay, with the roller sizer. And please, you know, subscribe to my channel so you can keep up to date with more of Lizzie Fits. And give me a like. Thank you so much.